how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Software Inc. And welcome back to Take 5 Interactive, where things, I have to say, are going pretty well, to be completely honest. I'm quite pleased with where the company is at this point. Gymnast 3 making some money, Squad Speak making money, Plaything 5 making money. We have Army Strike 3, the Medal of Honor, getting there. It's hopefully going to release at some point in 2002. We are working on Notes, the new word processor, which I am hoping will release, if not late 2002, most likely early to mid 2003. We do have Sheet releasing in a couple of months. We have Squad Speak 2 coming next year. We are due to release Print 4 in August of this year. Gymnast 4 is in the works. Plaything 6 is in the works. And then the security and health projects, I'm pretty sure those are queued up, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to assign these options. Yeah, GoFit and stuff like that is in the works as well. Now, something I do want to go ahead and do is start looking into a bunch more software. So I want to go straight in, and I had an idea for a mapping application. So I'm going to start by saying you can download maps. I want information crowdsourcing. I want 3D. I want satellite view, and I want cloud sync. Just because, right? So 100% here, 98% here. That seems pretty good. It is a mapping application, though, and the Halo nerd in me wants to call it the Silent Cartographer, because if you know, then you know, and if you don't know, then you don't know. It's going to run on the hosting server. It's going to be on the SCM server for that. It's going to be T5 maps, so T5 maps for the framework, and we're just going to sort of keep it relatively basic because it's going to take about a year, and it's 4 designers, 7 programmers, and 2 artists, which means that essentially we can kind of go ahead and make this thing pretty quickly with a relatively small number of people. And for, if we go by release date here, a decent number of people on, well, it's all on phone operating systems. Now, if I was to go down here, let's say that we do it for every operating system. Well, that one has 200. Let's do it for this one. Let's do it for BotStop X4 for the time being. And if we go to next page, we can go to here as well. We are going to be giving this to the mapping team is what we're going to be doing, but we're going to be putting it into a project so that we can go ahead and just kind of keep this thing going without me having to micromanage it. So we'll minimize the design doc for a second. And what was it we needed on this? So we needed 4 designers, 7 programmers, and 2 artists. So let's do 5, 7, and 2 plus a leader. And that'll be, so 5, 7, and 2 is 14 plus a leader. Now hold on a minute. An employee is unhappy. We'll deal with that in just a second. The mapping team, HR management is whatever. It is going to be 5. It is going to be 7. It is going to be 2. It is going to be all of this, and that's fine. Budget of 100,000 is fine. And then what we need to do is hire an employee. So we're looking for someone that can, we want someone that can do automation, but we also need HR. So we'll kind of search for both. We're going to be looking skill. We're going to be saying mapping team. You are optimistic and short-tempered. You can do HR and automation. So Rocco, you are going to be hired. Then if we go in and manage roles here, you are now team leader. So we should go up to 15 people on the mapping team, which we absolutely have. And now what we do is add this to none of the above, because what I actually need to do is go here. And this is going to be the mapping project with the leader being Rocco. And then the design teams are going to be plain and simple. It's just going to be the same as we've done, you know, however many times before. It is essentially going to be the mapping team working on all of this. There's not going to be a secondary development team. Although it would be kind of interesting, I think, to get a secondary dev team at some point. Maybe just a large team of maybe 20 or 30 designers, programmers, and artists that we can kind of say, hey, you guys are going to have a hand in everything. That might be kind of neat to do, and maybe we'll do that if we have the space. But right now, I'm not too worried. Support is, of course, going to be support and marketing, as it usually is. Post-marketing is going to be support and marketing as well. The source control is source control. The server is the hosting server. Prototype is none of the above because it is not going to be any of those. Development time, I'm going to say a nice 120%. Iteration cooldown, none. Single IP, own licenses, handle marketing, etc., etc., etc. Now, physical copies is how many are ordered. Print job copies, we're going to do 150,000. Just to be, you know, relatively safe on that. And if we look at the mapping team again here, just refresh that, we should have everybody we need. So now what we can do is throw that onto the mapping project, move the mapping project up to here, and the mapping team can work out of that office without too much hassle, which should be absolutely lovely for us. So let's see how we're doing here. Plaything 5 now beneath $20 million every month. Print 2000 actually losing money. So let's end marketing on you. Smart Sheet still making money. Buddy Battle still making money. Army Strike 2 is getting there. But I'm not really going to stress too much about it. And just to check these teams, you guys are due to come in at 8 in the morning. So that's fine by me. We still need to do the flight bag team. We still need to do all of these ones as well, to be completely honest. So let's see what we've done. So we have 2 teams. Let's get the flight bag team done. And then let's maybe do a file archiver or benchmarking. I don't know. These guys come in at midnight. Robotics seems like it would be something fun to do as well. But I don't know. I'm also kind of wanting Army Strike to get done. And I kind of really want to get... yeah, fire inspection failed. That's fine. There's probably going to be a game over state at some point for that. Let's see here. Violet Murray. You've been with us for 4 years and you do nothing but complain. Here's what I want to do. Here is what I want to do. I want to get a new leader. What team are you even on? You're on support. So you're the support team leader. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to get a new person in there because I'm tired of you complaining. So compatibility is obviously a relatively big deal. We don't need automation for the support team. But I would like meetings to be an option as well. So let's look again. What can you do? Multitasking. Improved effectiveness would be useful. I'm not going to lie, but let's look again. What about you? You can actually do effectiveness with any task, which would be kind of neat. It's tempting. You can do socialization. You can do automation. I'm not gonna lie. Kristen Osborne here is a pretty good shout, even if you're not very good at service. Your compatibility is pretty good. So Kristen Osborne, you're going to be hired to the support and marketing team. We are going to close the complaint back here. And what we're going to do is go into employees. We're going to go to years with company, because Violet, you are fired is what you are. And then Kristen, congratulations, you are now going to be the team leader is what you are going to be. So that's hopefully going to improve things a little bit. And hopefully, I mean, you know, their compatibility is 240%. The lowest compatibility we have is actually the console OS team, followed by the hardware team. That's actually a little bit worrying. But again, it's 70 people, so it kind of makes sense. Email client team. Now, I can't help but feel that we've not... I can't help but feel... Are we even working on an email client right now? We're not. I feel like we should be. I feel like we really, really should be doing that. So let's go ahead and start a project. Email team, just plain and simple. The leader for that is going to be email client, which is beautiful. Design team on this is email client, as per usual. And I do think at some point, I think I am going to go ahead and do the idea of getting sort of a large secondary dev team. I think that would be kind of cool. But again, we're not really going to do that just yet. We'll get around to it. So support and marketing there, or rather there. Source control per usual. And then prototype software, I don't know if we ever did. Did we ever make an email client? I feel like I don't remember doing it. It doesn't look like we did, so there's no prototypes there. And then the server is going to be hosting as per usual. We'll do about 130%. We'll go through and do, you know, the huge with all of this, as we say in the biz, the huge. And that'll be the email client thing kind of good to go. So let me just hit build mode to get some music playing here because it's very, very quiet without it. And then all we need to do is essentially go in and say, what are we looking? Email client. It's going to have a bunch of things going on with it. That's fine. We'll do we'll just do T5 mail, I guess, as the name. And I mean, I want to throw some good stuff at this. You know, I want auto updates. I think that's going to be important. I think, you know, everything kind of being web-based is probably pretty good. Unified search, maybe contacts, HTML rendering, calendars, multiple accounts. I mean, that people like that. And it's approximately 2 years right now. So let's just do that. Let's keep it relatively simple. And in terms of the name for it, have we ever done? We've never done an email client before. So I don't know what to call it. Mail Plus, My Zone, Post Plus. I kind of like Post Plus. I like the alliteration with the two P's there. But let's do that. So Post Plus, right? And then it'll eventually be Post Plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, which I actually, you know what? Let's do a space because then you get that, right? You get like Post Plus, you know, 2, plus 3, plus etc. etc. I actually like it without the space. So Post Plus. It has a nice bit of alliteration to it. I think it's a really nice name. Let's do $45 and it'll be relatively simple. 2D editor will go for you because it gives us tech level 94. Operating systems, I mean, we can essentially do whatever, right? So let's go for these three. Because that'll give us really good coverage. That gives us 3.9 million potential consumers with room to port it to other operating systems later on. That all looks fine. This is the email client team. And the same with this as well. Then project management is email team. So that is now running. And that is a bunch of stuff now running. The mapping team's here as well, which interestingly, I mean, they're doing nothing right now. But I did notice, I did see a comment on one of the previous episodes. I don't remember which one, but one of them that mentioned if I have a look at the options here, they have to build up action points. So each managerial decision requires action points, which the leader will work to acquire. Leader's skill determines how many can be acquired, and role-specific skills determine the speed. So basically, action points, I think, need to be filled up before they will start working on a project, and the better the team leader, the better the generation of action points, which is fine by me. You know, it's not the end of the world there. Also, PDF project for March 2003. Console project, Plaything 6, June 2005. That's kind of a big deal. When was the last one released? Plaything 5, so it's, good lord. 5.5 years later. That's actually not, well, from 1999 to 2005. What, Xbox was what, 2001 to 2005? I think. Was the original Xbox 2000 or 2001? I want to say 2001 because I could swear that Halo was 2001. And then Halo 2 was like 2003? because then Halo 3 was like 2007, and then Reach was 2010, I want to say. I don't remember. I might be wrong on that. I might be getting my numbers wrong there, but I think it was something like that. Regardless, not bad. Now, how are we looking on the global stage right now? In terms of worth, 1.2 billion. In terms of bank, we're fine as well. And my subsidiary is down here. So my subsidiary has 114 million right now, which is honestly not terrible. If we look at their details, October 2003 is actually going to be their next release. If we look at their products, their most recent was May 2001. It was AdStopper 22, which did a profit of 24 million, which is honestly not amazing, but that's fine. It was good. You know, it was good, which is good enough, I guess. So we'll not stress too much about that. What I am going to stress about is that this month we are putting out Gymnast 4. No, sorry, we're not. We're putting out Sheet. So Sheet is going out this month, which I am a little bit nervous about. Also, we just lost money. Hello? How did we lose money in February? What did we do to lose a considerable amount of money? Salaries jumped to minus 6.2 million there. I'm not 100% sure why. Benefits were less. Bills might have been. No, I don't know what it was. I might be missing something really obvious here. It might have just been considerably less income, which is also a possibility. It actually looks like Soapbox has stopped selling, so let's go ahead and end marketing there. Smart Sheet as well. Yeah, it looks like we just... Oh, boy. If we're actually losing money now, that's a terrifying idea. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and look at our releases here. So Gymnast, is it being ported to anything right now? Can it be ported to anything right now? So if we select everybody, so there's nothing to port Gymnast to. Squad Speak right now can... Oh, my voice is just great. Can go to a couple of things. Soapbox, I mean, not really. Master Dragon 2, we should probably make another one of those. Master Dragon 2 actually can go to another system. Army Strike can go to a lot of systems, but not very many of them have users. Interestingly, we can port Army Strike 2 immediately over to Plaything 6, so it's immediately backwards compatible, which I'm very tempted to do. So let's go ahead and do that. Print 2000, I'm not really interested in. I'll tell you what I am going to do. Buddy Battles, we're going to port that over to these guys as well. And I need to sort these by release date. That's getting a little bit confusing. So we're going to port it to Plaything 6 as well. Army Strike, I also... Oh my god, Army Strike can be ported to all of these guys, plus Plaything 6. So there we go. We'll get it ported to all those new things, and they're all going to be, you know, as soon as Plaything 6 releases, they're all going to be backwards compatible, which means, you know, the new console comes out, you can immediately start playing all of your favorite games, which I think is honestly kind of nice. Now, so Sheet has been released. It is good. It is not great, which is worrying, but that's fine. It is $85 at retail. And I immediately want to port it to these new operating systems. And I immediately want to make that a priority, because I think that's going to be a pretty big deal. In terms of printing, let's do a -1 right there. Let me go to distribution. Let me look at Sheet. So Sheet is a maximum of 500,000, which is good. There's a good number of that in stock already. And then marketing on that, I know it's supposed to be getting handled automatically, but I do not trust it. Is going to have a budget of 150,000. Well, no, maybe not. 100,000. We'll just set it a nice $100,000 right there. So moving that right up to the top, let's redo our priorities and see what we can do. So priority 10, 9, and then 8, and we'll do 7, 6, and 5. Perfect. Okay. So now, I mean, Sheet is out there. Hopefully Sheet doesn't hit the fan is what I'm hoping for. It's not as good as some of the other things that we've done. It really isn't. It could be better. I successfully defended myself for spying on users. Okay, well, that lawsuit definitely didn't hurt us, or didn't help us, but hopefully we'll be fine. I'm really hoping that that Sheet happens to make us some money here. It's not as good as some of the stuff we've done before, but it is relatively popular. So let's have a look. What are we looking at here? We're looking at 3.5 million. That's respectable. Right? That's respectable to me. And Plaything's back up to 20 million as well. So I'm not going to complain too much about that. And it is being ported as well. So we've got that going for us. How much did it sell? It still hasn't made a profit. That's grim. Only 56,000 as well. Ugh. Okay. Well, they're designing Sheet 2, which is fine. How are we looking here? Secure TV is being worked on. GoFit is being worked on. Mapping project is not. Email team is designing Post Plus, which is good. So we have all that going right now. I guess it's just a case of kind of, I don't want to say it's just kind of a waiting game right now, but in a way it kind of is just a waiting game right now. I will say I'm happy that Sheet has managed to, you know, release and not be utterly terrible. 3.5 million again is relatively respectable, I think. I'm not really too annoyed by that. Buddy Battles is definitely dropping off a little bit, and Army Strike 2 as well, but that's okay. Army Strike 3 annoyingly is taking forever to get done here. What team's working on that? Games 1 and Games 2. So Games 1 and Games 2. Let's see. Let's just sort by name here. So Games 1 and Games 2. They're not terrible. Their system well, actually, no, their system programming's kind of okay. Games 1 actually is not great. Their education is surprisingly not amazing either. I'd like them to kind of be educated, I'm not gonna lie. Leader needs level 3 socialization specialization. Okay, can we look at employees and look at their leader? So you guys have all been hired for specific roles. Can I educate you? No. Can you be educated in anything? No. You guys have been with the company for 7 years and haven't got any education. That's interesting. HR management. Let's change this to don't change. And let's change this to don't change. Because my thinking is if they can do other things, I mean, I don't, yeah, if they so Games 2 has a lot of education queued up there. You guys don't. I don't know why. So if we look at your HR management, that's interesting. Why are you guys not getting educated? Is it because employees, if we look at their leader, can you handle education? So HR, education, hiring. Interesting. You've got 2 points left. Can I educate you in that? No. Weird. I might be missing something here. I really might be missing something here, but can I maybe go to you guys and change your roles to be sort of secondary? Because I feel like that's not a bad idea. You know, I feel like it's not a terrible idea to be like, yeah, you guys are, you know, great at what you do, but if you can do some secondary stuff as well, right? So something like that. So now they should all kind of be working on everything. And hopefully that'll get Army Strike 3 just a little further forward. Is what I would be hoping for anyway. As for notes, I mean, the word processor team's hell, it's my job, isn't it? It's me doing that. So there's only 20 people in it as well. Okay. So employees, yeah, I'm right here. So I mean, development wise, they're all queued up to be educated. I'm not sure why they're not being educated. Let's have a look at something here. So if we go to HR management, am I actually capable of handling HR stuff properly? So HR, socialization, multitasking, I can do all of that, so that's fine. So yes, I can. In terms of HR management, let's just let all of them get educated at any one time. That seems fine. We're waiting for employees currently in class. That's okay. So yeah, we'll just kind of educate all of them and hope that maybe gets this thing done. Now, Army Strike is actually very close to being done there. It is saying 100, 100, 100, but we can see that there's a little bit of networking still to be done there. So no rushing on that one. But I would definitely like to see, these guys doing just a little bit better. The word processor stuff is going super slowly, and that is kind of bugging me. But we'll not stress too much about it. We'll get there is what we'll do. I'm also thinking, honestly, I think Army Strike can go into beta, and I think we can start marketing this. I think we're going to schedule a release for this year. Actually, what is it? It's a first-person shooter. What have we got coming up? So December this year has a lot of things coming up. So we want to look at games. We want to look at FPS. There is a shooter coming out in May of next year. Let's aim for November. Let's aim for November this year. I think we can do that. So November 2002, we are going to hit it with a press release. We are going to hit it with a press build. We are going to prioritize writing that press release so that we can hopefully get it out in a decent little bit of time. And Army Strike, it's starting to get some followers there. So if we go ahead into print and we say maximum of 250,000 copies, we'll see if that works out. That's all we can really do is see if it works out. Because I'm hopeful it does. I'm also tired of getting this alert about cooks not being able to find stoves. So let me go ahead and let's see. Let me get rid of you. Let me go ahead and copy you and put you there. Let me go ahead and copy you and put you. Ooh, need to move that out of there first. Okay. Move you there. Duplicate you and put you there. Move you to there. And that coffee machine can move to there. Delete that. Duplicate. And we'll just go ahead and do the same here. And that should sort of solve those problems. The problems that it doesn't solve are the ones where we realize that there are no kitchens over in this new tower. So we might need to do something about that, but we shouldn't be getting complaints about cooks not having stoves. Unable to find a fridge. Okay. Okay. I see what we're doing here. I see what we're doing here. All right. So, what do they want from me? Another fridge? I mean, I can do that. I'll go ahead and grab that. I'll grab the fridge. I'll grab you. I'll duplicate. Go there, 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 and there. Now they got more fridges. They can stop complaining. Hopefully. That should let them do some good work. I'm also thinking that we could probably get away with a few more of these tables. I'm not going to lie. So maybe just do there and there, for example. That'll hopefully just let a little bit more food get put out on those. Just to make sure everybody can eat, That's kind of all I'm going for here. And thinking about it as well, probably not a bad idea to put some vending machines over in this this tower. So what if we were to... Let's see. Let's go to here. Let me go to canteen. Let me grab a vending machine. We'll do a vending machine there. And we'll do a vending machine there. We'll grab ourselves a... We could grab ourselves a few other things as well, but I'm kind of inclined to not do that. I think we'll just grab a water cooler. And we'll do there and there. And that should be pretty good, I think. In fact, what we could even do is grab a nice waiting chair if we really wanted to, which I do kind of want to. I'm thinking we'll do one there, there, and there as well. We'll grab the 3 of them, make them that color. And then we can just go ahead and grab all of this furniture, duplicate it, and I essentially just want to put it on each floor, you know? So that way, every floor has some vending machines, it has some coolers, and I think that's fine. That'll just hopefully let these guys get some snacks at the very... I mean, in theory, it will let them get some snacks, but you know what I mean. Hopefully, it ends up being pretty good for them. But, you know, we'll find out. Now, this press release is done, so let's go ahead and release that. Which pushed us... Wow, that thing is actually getting a good number of followers, which is beautiful news. Looking down the project, what else have we got going? So that's coming. The mapping project is still kind of in progress. It's actually going very, very slowly. That's not good. I gotta be honest. I feel like the team leader on the maps project might not be very good at all. But, you know, it's a map project, right? I doubt it's gonna make that much money. What is this? Oh, they just released print 4. Okay, let's have a look here. It's mediocre. Oh no. What was our most profitable thing? Print 2000 is up there. Good. 193 million, by the way. It is nice to see that Plaything 5 did so well for us. If I ported print, I can't port it to anything. Oh man. Oh boy. Right, that's worrying that we've gone from outstanding on our last release to mediocre on this one. You know what that tells me? That tells me that Sheet 2 needs more development time. Let's throw that up to 180. You know what? 200%. And print is going to be the same thing as well. So print 5 needs to go to 200% minimum. All right? Absolutely needs to be 200% minimum. As for print 4, immediately want to throw a porting job on this to get it on everything it can be on. We immediately want to go down and prioritize that. And we immediately want to start printing this thing. And oh boy, we do not have any in stock right now. That's potentially going to be rough, but we'll manage. Let's do 250,000 units in stock. And we should... We do have some in storage, and they should get moved into, yeah, so they are getting moved into stock at the very least. It might be a little bit of a shortage from month 1. 22,000 units in stock. That's not ideal. 49,050. Okay, I doubt it's going to sell that much. It's mediocre, right? It probably had a good number of followers, but it's, I have my doubts. Wait. I also forgot marketing. I have my doubts it's going to be any good. But, you know, we'll see. Regardless, budget of 100,000 as per usual. We'll move it up to the top. We'll make it a priority 10. And we'll just see what happens. You know, we will just see what happens. I am not going to hold my breath on this one, but I might be surprised. I doubt I'm going to be surprised, but I might be. So 769,780. How did it do? 1.3 million. Print 4 is a sequel to the highly regarded Print 2000, but it isn't as good. Take 5 Interactive ready with Print 4, and they are already well known in the industry. We've got the scoop. We know Take 5 Interactive, but productivity people are getting to know them. I guess Print 4 is okay. It's a very complex piece of craftsmanship, and it runs decently. There's so much to experience, and it's passable. It seems the dev left behind some bugs. It will be competing with Print 2000. Overall, Print 4 is pretty terrible. I like that it was sort of this like wishy-washy, it's okay, it's alright, it's not great, and then just at the end, yeah, it's terrible. That's great. That's my kind of reviewer right there. My kind of reviewer. Oh, man. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and just put out another press build of Army Strike, and we'll see how that does for us. In terms of everything else, I mean, I don't know. We're making okay money, you know. We're not making as much as I would like, but we're still making a couple of million here and there. I think we'll manage, you know. I think we'll be okay here. I think it also might be time to start looking at merging our games teams. Either merging them, well, I think it's, you know, whatever I'm going to say here is going to be merge them. But I'd almost be tempted to buy that land over there and turn it into a game development studio and then just give each floor, you know, 3 really nice development spaces, each one of them dedicated to, you know, a bunch of designers, a bunch of artists, a bunch of programmers. I think that would be neat. I do. I think that would be kind of neat. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. Regardless, we are releasing Army Strike next month, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm hoping for good things on this. I am hoping that Army Strike is going to be a runaway success. It is something that has been sort of overseen by the director of the company, that being me. So, in theory, it should be fine. If it's anything less than outstanding, I'm going to be slightly insulted. I'm not going to lie, I'm genuinely a little annoyed that Print 4 has done so badly. Because the one before it is one of our most successful pieces of software. In fact, it is our second most successful in terms of things that we've invented. So that's a little depressing, is what it is. But we'll manage, I guess. What I do think I want to do as well, thinking about it, is we could look at doing the IntView 7. And I would probably rename this to not be the IntView X6 or the IntView X7. I would rename it to something else. I would probably just completely rename the IP to, I don't know, like Int OS or something like that, or Interactive OS or something. But I might be maybe that's what we do instead of a game dev team, is we start working on more operating systems. Although I did say, I remember saying, and I've said several times, that what I really want to do is buy out different companies and things like that. Also, are we printing Army Strike right now? Because we should be if we're not. I think we are. Distribution, Army Strike 3, Medal of Honor. Yeah, it has units in stock, so that's fine. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, I guess we'll see how things go there. Yeah, I might do that, though. I'm in two minds about it because, as I've said, I want to buy out other companies. I want subsidiaries. I want to do a lot of games. But operating systems are also just crazy profitable. Not that we need it. I mean, Plaything 5 has just shot back up to $22 million, which I can only assume is because... Actually, I have no idea why it might have done that. If we look at details, you know, it's supported by all of this. It's got a franchise. I don't know. It's got a lot of games, you know, a good number of games releasing for it. When did this release? This released... Yeah, I've got no idea. Regardless, Plaything is still making money. I just think it would be an idea to get more operating systems. Anyway, let's release Army Strike. Let's start a marketing campaign. 100,000 as per usual. And we'll go ahead and move it to the top with a priority 10, which is already done. Is it any good? Is the question. It is outstanding, which is fantastic. Let's get this thing ported. So we want this ported to pretty much everything, to be totally honest. So let's go down the list and just say port it to everything. And let's make that a priority, please. Now, a lot of these port jobs we will notice are not going to progress because now we have to wait for the release of Plaything 6. But that's just for the final step on those port jobs. Every other step of the porting job has been done, so there's no real worries there. Although we are now porting Army Strike 3 to 19 different operating systems, but that's going to be pretty good for consumer reach, so no complaints from me there. I'm hoping it does good. I really want a successful runaway game, you know? That's kind of what I want from Army Strike here, and we kind of got it on it. 4.6 million is not bad. Successful runaway, maybe not. But honestly, I don't hate that. I do not hate that. In terms of, let's see here. So in terms of profit, right? If we look at profits here, Buddy Battles came in with 104 million. Army Strike 2 did 71 million. It did 301 million last month. So Army Strike might be on track to make a few million, especially with these ports that we're doing to all these different operating systems. So we might be okay. We might actually manage to pull it off with the threequel, and we might be able to pull off a considerable profit once it starts hitting more systems with more consumers and all that good stuff. So no complaints there. Let's just have a little bit of a look down the projects. Sheet 2, April, excuse me, April 2004. We have Squad Speak 2 in a couple of months. Oh boy. We have Gymnast 4 just after it. We're working on Print 5. June 2005 is Plaything 6, which I'm very nervous about. Secure TV still being designed. GoFit still being designed. Mapping Project is now being designed. Post Plus is May 2004. So that's a pretty good lineup. We're starting to see, you know, pretty regular releases, even if they're not fantastic. And I think my goal with all of these would be to get to a point where essentially what happens is we have not yearly releases of everything, but definitely what finished printing job for Squad Speak. Oh yeah, it's February. Not necessarily yearly releases of everything, but several releases per year. And I want that to extend to games. I think we need to be putting out a game, at least a game every year. And I'm wondering if subsidiaries would be the way to do that. Army Strike 3, by the way, 8.2 million right there. That's not bad. Buddy Battles, I don't think it's going to be making a profit anymore. Everything else sort of is. So Army Strike should now just be a profit in general. It absolutely is. Fantastic. 262,000 active users. That is what we want to see. And that is probably a pretty good place to go ahead and put a cut in this video. So thanks for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I am curious, before we go anywhere, what do we think is going to be the end game for Take 5 Interactive? Because essentially, we're kind of at the point where we have more or less unlocked everything, give or take, you know. 2015, we get the RGB computers. 2030, we get the hollow computers. And generally, they're just, you know, a little better environment stats, a bit less noise, no noise in that one, better environment, you know, maybe a little bit better durability, etc., etc. But other than that, we've kind of got everything. You know, we can still upgrade the servers in 2005 to better servers. And actually, our servers right now could be upgraded as well if we really wanted to, which probably isn't a bad idea. But I guess, you know, the question essentially is that, you know, what do we consider as the end game for Take 5 Interactive? Because I don't think there's too much more to do in the game right now beyond just, you know, I mean, we are a $1 billion company, right? 1.3 billion in worth, 800 million in the bank. We'll be back at about $1 billion within an episode or two. We have a subsidiary which is spending money, but you know, that's fine. We have the most fans out of any company as well. You know, we've just about done everything. We're just about automating everything as well. You know, I think we're going to need to get a new person in charge of the word processing team because I cannot do automation. But essentially, we're going to try and automate everything. And I think that might be the end goal, is just to automate everything. Because it's all well and good building a new studio for games or, you know, building a new studio for operating systems, but those are also just going to be automated. And I'll be honest about it, it's not that fun for me to sit here and just sort of commentate over automatic processes. You know, I can sit here and talk for 45 minutes about anything, really. But in terms of gameplay, it's not really that exciting. And that's okay. That's not a criticism of the game. That's kind of end game Software Inc., I think, is getting to the point where you have got nothing else to do because you've managed to fully automate your company and get people to, you know, essentially run things for you is kind of how I look at it. So I'm just curious, you know, to see what your opinion is. And with that in mind, like I said, I think it's about time to go ahead and put a cut in. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.